Hi, my beauties. Okay, so there's a trend going around. I just sat on something like really, I think I just sat on the button. All right, wait, where's my coffee? Hold on. This always happens. I sit down and I'm like, hold on. All right, first, the trend. The trend is we listen and we don't judge. That's the trend going on right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do some and then you do some. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that because I'm not gonna tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. I'm just not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Maybe we will. Okay, hold on. I have to get my coffee. Come with me. And then we'll record. Cheers, babies. It's gonna be a good one today. And I need a coaster. And I don't have a coaster, so I'm just gonna hold it. Bear with me. I want this to be like, I want to be like, hey, besties. Doesn't feel right. Kind of does, kind of doesn't. Hopefully that doesn't move. Okay, we're getting started. Listen, we're not striving for perfection. We're striving for a connection and a friendship and a one-on-one. And I'm so happy that you're here today. How are you? Where have you been? Tell me where you have been. Does that make sense? All right, I'm a little excited because I feel the newness coming in. I feel the renewal coming in. I feel it for me and I feel it for you, more importantly. And I've been trying to think of something that I could give you guys to bring into 2025, and I feel like I found it. And oh my God, are you gonna love it? It's so good. Okay, so I, as you know, created this channel because I want everyone to feel like they're not so alone. In this crazy world, there's a pandemic of loneliness going on. I'm sure you all know. It's crazy weird sometimes, okay? And I know we learned a lot of lessons in 2024. 2024 was crazy. Okay, it just was. And I know a lot of stuff happened, but what we're going to do for 2025 is we're setting our intentions and we're, setting some boundaries for ourselves, because I truly believe, okay, hear me out. I truly, with every single inch of my very being, believe that 2025 is for just you. It's just for you. It is to love yourself again. It's to learn what you love to do. It's to read the books you've never gotten to read, to watch the movies you've never watched alone, like some Hallmark movies. It's time to invest in some good skincare. It's time to really take care of you, trying some new outfits that you've never tried before. We're gonna try to not revolve our world around anyone else but ourselves this year. And I know that sounds, like people could be like, oh, that sounds really selfish. No, it's not. Self-love and boundaries is not selfish, and that's what we're doing this year. Okay, that's why in the beginning of the video I said we listen and we don't judge, because 2024 I feel like was the year where we listened, we judged, it was just crazy. But this year we're gonna slow down, really slow it down, and think about the things that we want, and anything that is not in alignment with what we want to the T perfectly, we are going to say respectfully, no, thank you, okay? And if you mess up, it's okay, because we're listening and we're not judging, okay? We're gonna watch the things we do, watch the people, the places, the things that we're around and that we're investing into, and we're just gonna say, if this is not for my highest good, for my greatest good, respectfully, you have to go. And if you make a mistake, like I made a mistake today, and I'm like, why did I do that? And I did that because it's easy to be comfortable, okay? But we can't grow if we stay comfortable. We have to be okay with being uncomfortable, okay? I just want you to know that. And I've kind of already, it's been like maybe a month or so where I'm trying to train myself to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I will tell you this, it is really a beautiful thing. But there are some things that I noticed that I want to take with you, or I want to give to you to remind you. Repetition is very important, because the more you hear something, the more you're able to recognize it when it happens to you, okay? I want you to really pay attention to the things that you're listening to the music, to the podcasting, to, things on movies, even to memes. Like I've noticed through this year, I let a lot of swearing come into my world. And before, if if a meme even had swearing on it or anything like that, I wouldn't send it to anyone. I would probably giggle to myself about it because, I mean, naturally I have like this like really funny, like vulgar sense of humor, and I just don't want to portray that because you know, I have kids and I don't know who's watching my media, and I don't want you guys to think like that's okay. And I think raising the standards here is going to be the best bet. Like, you're never going to say, oh, I raised the standards and I did better and I'm mad at myself for that. No, you're never going to be upset with yourself for having higher standards for yourself. One of my friends also got back into her faith with God, and I wonder if anyone around you or you potentially is getting into that. And we have to be respectful of those things too, okay? Because we're not the only person, you know, going through this life. We have to be respectful of other people. Okay, so that's one of the things, just paying attention to the things you're listening to and really giving yourself something good. You know, like say you have a long drive to work, or say, you know, you work from home, or whatever the case is, put on a podcast. I'll link below a few people that I really, really love. I'll tell you a few right now. I love Ed Milet. One of my girlies keeps telling me about Andrew Huberman. I feel like I've listened to him before. I do like him. He's very educational, very smart, well-rounded. I like this girl called Vibing with Cece. If you're kind of like into like the spirituality stuff, she is spiritual, but she's also God-centered, which I really do like about her. I love her. Clark Kegley's really, really great. These aren't podcasts. These are just YouTubers. I think Ed Milet could be considered like a podcast type vibe. So be careful what you listen to, because it makes us who we are. Okay, it's not just about our mental diet. It's also going to be about our diet. Speaking to you about that, I have like 6 of these a day. I'm just kidding. I have maybe 2. But be very careful about the things that you're eating, and just understand something. When you do a little bit of something, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But 20% of what you do is 80% of your outcome. So if you're eating like junk randomly here and there, it all adds up. So just imagine where you could be at the end of 2025 if you just ate some good foods and invested into your health a little bit more, drank some more water, got some vitamins for yourself, okay? As I drink my sugar-infested coffee. We listen and we don't judge. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I want you to go into 2025 fully equipped. And I have a free downloadable for you below, but I really want you to think about this too before we go anywhere, do anything, whatever. I still have more to say. I want you to think about if you have someone that you really look up to, or someone on Instagram that you might really, really like for good reasons, not just like surface level reasons, and maybe a little bit of surface level reasons, but we'll get into that. I want you to think about those people and pick out things about them that you like, okay? So you might say, I love her hair. I love the way she presents herself, her modesty. I love, you know, that she reads the Bible, or I don't know, whatever it is that you like about that person. If you don't have a person yet, find someone that you could look up to. And if not, then we'll create like someone and you'll become them. Okay, I want you to get a piece of paper. I should probably make this a downloadable too. Maybe I'll do that for you. It's really easy, but I'll do it for you and it'll be in the downloadable below. Who is she? And then if you're a guy, who is he? How does he dress? How does he speak? How does he carry himself? What is he contributing, or what is she contributing to society and to the world? Okay. What is their 20% that now becomes their 80%? I want you to pay attention to that, because it's really easy to not focus on those things and kind of just like fall into this like character by default. And I don't want that to happen to you this year. I want 2025 for you to be the best year yet. I want you to craft you and to know you so well, so perfectly, that, I mean, there's no wavering. And the most beautiful thing about this is this: knowing yourself is the most special, beautiful gift you can give yourself. What are you going to say at the end of the year? Oh, I'm so angry that I invested into myself in 2025. Oh, I'm so angry I read, I don't know, let's just say 12 books. Oh, I'm so angry, I did that coaching program or that accountability program. Or I'm so angry that I actually took the time to journal. Or I'm so angry that I took the time to go to church and love God and pray to God, or whatever you believe in. I always tell you, I'm not trying to push religion onto you. I'm really not. I'm just saying, like, more importantly, you're never going to regret investing into yourself and loving yourself. You're never going to regret that. And I want that for you, because how many times are you going to say, oh, this year's my year. I'm going to do this year and it's going to be so good. How many times are you going to say that before you actually do something? I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to mom you for a minute. How many times are we going to do that? How many times? And you know what? If you end up, I say this with a full loving heart. I really, really do. My light is glitching and it's freaking me out. I don't know if you could tell. Anyways, let's just say you meet someone in the middle of 2025 or whatever, and you end up dating them, and I'm happy for you. Okay, let's just say that happens. Please don't forget to love yourself. Because how many times are you going to get into relationships or anything and forget about yourself again? How many times is God or the universe going to have to teach you that lesson before you learn that lesson? It's not about other people. Do you want to be alone? Okay, no, I get that. I get that you don't want to be alone, but how many times are you going to put yourself on the back burner for those people, places, things? I just don't know. And maybe you needed to hear that, but stop. All right? We listen and we don't judge. I'm going to tell you a secret. I guess I self-sabotage. I did not know this about myself. The reason why I didn't know this about myself is because I was so invested into a relationship. I wanted to give my all to this relationship that I wasn't focused on myself. And I did that for a very, 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 very long time. Okay? And before I did it with that person, I did it with another person. And before that, blah, blah. Okay? So now we're out of whatever. I know for a fact that you're going through something. So now that you're out of something, thank God, okay? Thank you, God, for getting me out of this situation. Now let's take a look at ourselves. What are we going to work on? Okay, what are we going to work on? Is it self-sabotage? Is it setting boundaries? Is it loving yourself? Is it all three? Is it, what is it? What area of your life? We're going to do a mini audit, and I just saw 12:22 on the clock, so that's really good confirmation that you're exactly where you need to be. Okay. Forgot what I was saying because the confirmation made me so excited. I hate when this happens. I cannot. It's the mom brain, I swear. What are we going to do to improve? Oh, the mini audit. Okay, we're going to do a mini audit right now. And the downloadable is sort of like a mini audit. It's like a 3-month thing that you could do, you could look at, screenshot on your phone, print it off for your journal. What areas of your life are not 100% right now? Okay, forget about dating, forget about anything that has nothing to do with the wellness of yourself. Where do you need to improve? We are going to do that in 2025. Okay, stop scrolling at nighttime before bed and get the book out. Read a page. Read a page a day. And you know what? At the end of the year, you'll say, yeah, it took me a whole year to read a book, but guess what? I read a book this year. Or download Audible and do that. But I feel like, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but we listen and we don't judge. So I'm telling you, when I do scroll at nighttime, because I have a really hard time with this, because I want that cheap dopamine fix, and which is not good. Like, stop doing that. Like, give yourself quality things. Like, get a dopamine hit, but when you get that dopamine hit, make it like the best dopamine hit ever. Like, scrolling on social media, that's like the lowest of lowest dopamine you can give your body. Like, give yourself quality. Stop giving yourself McDonald's garbage crap. Give yourself that, like, top of the top quality steak, quality juice, quality everything. Like, go all in this year. Love yourself this year. And the most beautiful thing that comes out of loving yourself is knowing yourself, having higher standards, having boundaries, having healthy friendships, relationships. And guess what? When you do decide that you're ready to date, or when you do decide that you're ready to go off on that venture that you're thinking about doing, I don't know if it's dating, I'm just assuming it's dating because I feel like a lot of breakups have happened. You could take it, into the workplace, in a relationship, family stuff, whatever. But when you learn to love yourself, all of those things are going to fall right into place. Those relationships will come. Those partnerships will come. Those friendships will come. Those job, careers, collapse, those will come. And you know what? The best part is, here's the best part. They're going to be a lot better because you have standards. You raise the bar, okay? I'm going to say this in every video. It's not about being at the right place at the right time. It's about being the right person at the right place at the right time, okay? And I want you to cling on to that. I also want you to cling on to this. Please write this down. Listen, I'm the queen of sticky notes. It's embedded in my brain, so I don't need this on a sticky note. But time wasted is time never found again. So I pray to God. I pray, please, I pray that 2025 you take the time to just love yourself. Whatever that looks like. Love yourself. Be good to yourself, okay? Because you deserve it. Because 2024, honestly, I feel like ever since 2020, it has been chaos. It has been absolute chaos. But I will tell you this. I did choose to invest into myself, and I hope you did too, along the way. I did it in 2020. I really, really did in 2022. And I'm going to really do it again this year. I never regretted investing into myself. Actually, the time I took to invest into myself is the fundamentals, like the base of actually like who I am today. So I want you to be excited. Who are you going to be? What base are you going to build for yourself for 2025 for the rest of your years to come? Because nobody can take away the time that you give to yourself. Nobody can take away your potential. No one can take away your standards. No one can take away your boundaries. No one can take away anything like that. It's all up to you. It starts with you. It also ends with you. You have to make that decision today to take a chance on yourself and love yourself 3,000% in 2025. Okay, I'm gonna hold myself accountable by telling you this. I did get a blank journal for 2025. I did that whole thing with you the other day. I could show you actually in a minute. But I do need to get another journal for 2025. That's like the calendar thing, okay? And the reason why we're doing this is because we are going to put things on there that are non-negotiables. Your non-negotiables are going to be the absolute fundamental base of us loving ourselves in 2025. This is gold, guys. I've paid thousands and thousands of dollars for the advice that I'm giving you, for tips and tricks and what I'm telling you. And I honestly don't believe that I would charge thousands to give it. I'm actually giving it to you for free right now. Take my advice. Just because it is here and it is free does not mean it is not worth something. It is, okay? Twice a week, work out. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but do it. Oh, I don't have time. You do. You have time, find it. If it's right before bed, do it. If it's while you're at work and you're scrolling on your phone, do some squats, okay? Like, you have time. Stop making excuses for yourself. Sometimes you need a little tough love, honey, and I'm there to give it to you. I'm there, okay? We listen and we don't judge, okay? So let's just say twice a week, Monday, Thursday, you work out. Don't care where, don't care how, don't care. Go on a walk, but work out, okay? Mondays is self-care day. Do a face mask. Put some ice on your face to close your pores, okay? Get under the eye patches. This is all stuff that could be super affordable and close to almost nothing. You could literally work out at home and do squats that cost nothing. If you want to do a face mask, you have things in your pantry right now, I assure you, that could be a face mask. Honey and coffee, do that on your face, okay? Scrub it in. Okay. And then, say every single day, you're going to read a page of your book. Okay, so do that. And then every single night, you're going to journal. You have to find your non-negotiables for yourself. And please, for the love of all things good on God's green earth, do not skip a beat. You're going to want to skip a beat. Baby, I promise you, you're going to want to skip a beat. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to say, I don't feel like it. None of that. We're not going to do that this year, okay? We're listening and we're not judging, but between me and you, we're not doing that this year. We're going to strap in, we're going to get our ish done, and we're going to do it, okay? Don't skip a beat, and here's why. You miss a day, it's easy to miss two. Then you miss 2 days, and then you're like, oh my God, it's been 2 weeks. And then you're like, oh wow, it's been 2 months. It's effortless. How badly do you want to be your best self, okay? You're going to show up. I know you will. I know you'll show up for yourself. It's about you, babe. It's not about other people this year. It's about you. And you know what? If you do end up finding someone along the way, I'm not going to say like, you can't date this year. This year's all about you. I mean, obviously take what I say with a grain of salt because we all have our own lives, and maybe you are in a relationship and maybe you're married and maybe this or that. And you're like, well, my relationship's already there. Apply it wherever it applies. It's not about, well, I'm not going to say it's not about friends, because if you have friends, obviously we all do. Like, be good to them this year. But whatever area that you are struggling in right now, just give yourself some grace, okay? Give yourself some grace and know that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. It's not about perfection here, okay? It's just about our efforts, our everyday efforts, our baby steps to get to where we want to be. And I know that you can do it. You just need a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of help along the way. And that is what I'm here for. And I know that sometimes I give a little bit of tough love. I know that. But we all need it. We all need that person there to help us. We all need that friend with tough love. We all need love. We all need boundaries. We all need to trust ourselves. We all need to prioritize our well-being and say, my time is precious, so is yours. You know, I don't want to waste my time this year. I want to love myself. I want to set all of it. Just do all of it because you get to. And that's the last thing I'm going to end on. Y'all, let me show you something. I had the biggest to-do list today. I'll tell you what. I even emailed it to myself. Do not move. I literally put today, do not move. That's the header of my email. Today, do not move. I had 11 things to do, even more. I'm on my video, which is like my 12th thing to do, because I said I want to make a video today. Non-negotiable. For me, it's a non-negotiable. I love you guys and thankful you're here. So like, to me, I'm going to show up. All right? So my reason for that is show up, okay? Show up. It's hard. And this is what I was going to say. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to wake up early. You don't have to take care of your body. You don't have to hydrate. You don't have to take vitamins. You don't have to clean your face. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to brush your hair. You don't have to look good. You don't have to try. You don't have to do any of it. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to be anything. You could just be mediocre at best. But guess what? You should stop right there. Change your perspective and stop saying, "Oh, I have to do this." Like, I did have to do all that today. But guess what? I didn't have to do it. I get to do it. You get to do it. So start saying that to yourself. I get to do this. I get to love myself. I get to be single. I get to be alone at night and read books. I get to have a face mask on before bed. I get to work out. I get to whatever, XYZ, fill in the blank. Love yourself, babe, because you get to, okay? I love you so much. Please, please, please invest into yourself in this year. We're listening and we're not judging, okay? We're listening, we're not judging. Nothing but love here. You are so loved, my dear, and I'll see you in the next video.